and how he can be appointed by the board of directors and the shareholders, and what is auditing, what are the classifications of auditing, what are the standards of auditing. We discussed in the last week classes. So today we are going to discuss about the role of auditor. It is one of the important topics you can expect in the examination point of view also. So what is auditor and who is an auditor and what is the role of an auditor in the organization or in the company or in the society and for the government also. So in which categories, how he is playing his role for the beneficiary for the society as well as the company who are engaged into for the verification of books of accounts. So what is auditor? In the previous classes also we discussed is a person who appoints for the verification and valuation of books of accounts which are maintained by the accountants or the company itself. So it is an independent examination of financial statements to enhance the credibility and reliability of financial information. So one of the most important role of an auditor is independent examination of financial statements. It is an independent examination. So already books of accounts are maintained by the accountant or the company. On behalf of the company, accountant mostly maintains books of accounts. After accountant preparing books of accounts, auditor will appoint for the examination of these books of accounts. So these books of accounts has been examined as an independent examination. He will not dependent to anyone. He will only do his verification on the basis of the certain rules and regulations as per the uh, audit standards. In the last class, we discussed about these standards which are given by the auditing board and auditing committees and the government and the Companies Act 2013. To obey these rules and regulations, auditor will do auditing procedure in an independent examination manner of financial statements. We discussed financial statements are three types: uh, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. These three are mostly considered as the financial statements. And apart from that, some extra information also available with the statements, cash flow statement, funds flow statement, the, an income statement also called as a instead of uh, profit and loss account, we call it income statement. These are the financial statements. So, examination of financial statements to enhance the credibility and reliability of financial information. It is one of the main role. Why auditor has been appointed to examination of the financial statements and also verification of financial records of accuracy and fairness and compliance with the Indian Accounting Standards and the Companies Act 2013. So auditor has been appointed for the examination as well as for the verification of financial records for accuracy, fairness, and compliancy and reliability if they are following or not, based on based on which standards, Indian Accounting Standards and the Companies Act 2013. So obey the Companies Act and the Indian Accounting Standards. The financial records or financial statements have been verified by an auditor. It is also one of the role of an auditor. And also what we will do and detection and prevention of frauds and errors. So during the verification of books of accounts, auditor may find some errors or the frauds which are taken place in the books of account. So auditor will also have a role of detection of that fraud. Detection. It is not only detection of the fraud, it is also have a prevention of that fraud and error. So auditor has been appointed for the detection and prevention of fraud and error, ensuring that integrating of the financial reporting. So he has to maintain the integrity of the financial statements. So we're discussing role of an auditor, independent examination of books of accounts, and verification of financial statements, and the detection and prevention of frauds and errors uh, of the financial reports. And also, what he will do and providing assurance to the stakeholders, including shareholders, creditors, regulators, and the general public also for the financial health and the entity of the business. So he will provide an assurance to the stakeholders who are engaged with the company. So those are nothing but the creditors, regulators, and also most of the times shareholders who are the real owners of the entity. So he will appointed for giving assurance to the stakeholders. Those are relating to the organization or the company, and also general public also have some trust issues with the company. So auditor will give assurance because he will certify that books of accounts maintained by the company by the accountant is truly reflecting the exact financial position of the firm, or the profit has disclosed in the financial statement also. It is providing a fair value. So the auditor are confirming that the books of accounts are reflecting the true financial statement, a true financial position, true financial profit of the firm. So with that, any prospecting investor also investing in the firm, any anticipating shareholder also will go and purchase the shares of that particular company, and also the bank or the financial services also will provide loans for the company with the signature of the auditor. Signature is nothing but he is certifying that the books of accounts have been maintained with fair value, fair and reliability, and the true profit and true financial position is reflecting. He is certifying with his signature. So it is also one of the role. And also, and apart from that, he might also advise the management of internal control, risk management, and compliance issues of in the corporate governance. So the above we discussed above all are about the his main role, and apart from that, he may advise to the management about auditing procedure, about internal check, and how the risk management has been going in the company. He can advise to the management also. This is the major role of the an auditor. So I'm repeating again, it is an independent examination of the auditing of books of accounts, nothing but financial statement, and also verification of financial records for accuracy and fairness uh, based on the Indian Accounting Standards and the Companies Act 2013, and also detection and as well as prevention of the frauds and errors, ensuring that integrity of financial reporting, and also providing assurance to the all the stakeholders, nothing but shareholders, creditors, regulators, or the public, and anyone who is engaging with the firm or the company. And also, he is also advising the management on internal control and risk management, and so any complaints with the issues with the corporate governance. So these are the main role of an auditor. And also in our syllabus, we have qualifications for appointment of auditor. What are the qualifications? As we know, he must be cleared chartered accountants from the Certified Chartered Accountants Board. So in India, we have ICAI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. So from this board, he must clear his chartered accountancy course. He must be qualified for that course. Then only he will be appointed as an auditor. So first, Sorry, some network issue. Okay. We are discussing about qualifications for appointment of an auditor. He must be a chartered accountant as per the ICAI, Chartered Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and the Chartered Accountants Act also there, 1948. He must be chartered accountant as per the Chartered Accountants Act and the member of Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, nothing but ICAI. So it is one of the, he must be qualified this course, then only he might be called as an auditor. And also in case of the firm, all the partners must be a CA and hold a valid certificate of the practice, and he should have any disqualification as per the section 141 of the Companies Act 2013. Companies Act 2013, section 141 deals with the some disqualifications about the an auditor. He should not have any disqualification as per the 141 section of the Companies Act 2013. And also, he must be an independent without direct or indirect financial interest with the client of the company and to avoid conflicts of interest. He must be an independent. He should not be a relative to the company's directors or the company's shareholders. He must be an independent. He must be responsible for the government shareholders and the board of directors and everyone. He must be accountable. He should not be relative or he should not be accountable for the a particular person as individual. So he has to qualify these qualifications, then only he might be called as a auditor of a business. And also, what are the qualities of an auditor? We have discussed about qualification and the role, and what are the qualities of an auditor. We discussed in the first class also in the introduction part. We discussed he must be complete of the good knowledge about the accounting. He must be a integrity person. He must be a honest person. He must have a professional skills and the language, and he must be a computer knowledge, and he must be a technology well-known person. So these are the some qualities about an auditor. And also, in addition to that, we will discuss about the what are the regular qualities of an auditor. So integrity and strong ethical behavior. Integrity and strong ethical behavior as expected under the ICAI Code of Ethics. Integrity and strong ethical behavior as expected under he is appointed he is a member of ICAI. So he must to be uh, follow the rules and the integrity and the strong ethical behavior to obey the ethics of the ICAI Code of Ethics. There is a code that is ICAI Ethics. He must to be obey the integrity and the strong ethical behavior to that particular code. So that is one of the qualities of an auditor and the professional skepticism to identify anomalies and the potential misattachments. He must have a professional knowledge, professional identity for the potential misattachments. So, in misattachments, ఏవి కూడా ఉండకుండా he must be a professional skepticism of a identity. It is one of the major qualities of an auditor. And also analytical skill and attention to detail for accurate financial assessment. In the first class we discussed about he must have technical skills and the analytical skills and attention to the detail of accurate financial assessment. If he is able to solve only the transaction related to the cash, is not able to call as an auditor. He must be have analytical skills to what are the transactions which are reflecting to the cash transactions and what are the purchases transactions which reflecting to the cash transactions. He must be aware about the each and every corner of the accounting transactions. That is analytical skills. So sales proceeds. So what are the if we done the sales proceeds, what are the uh, effects which are taken place in the books of accounts? Is cash is increasing or cash is decreasing? Is any uh, stock is reducing or stock is increasing? Is any asset is reducing or asset is increasing? And what are the selling and distributions expenditure? Is there any increment or uh, diminishing? He must to be have that analytical skill. So it is one of the qualities of the auditor for the assessing the financial statements. So he must be assessed for the financial statement. So for that he need an analytical skills and the effective communication skills for clear reporting. He must be have effective communication because at the end of the auditing process he must be right a, a audit report. He must be write a audit report. That audit report must be communicate to the persons who are reading it. For example, if shareholders wants to read about the audit report, they must be understand and what is intended to do and what is intended to tell to the shareholders. They must be understand with the effective communication. So the effective communication is one of the most important qualities of an auditor. And we will discuss in the later classes about the audit report as well and also knowledge of accounting standards and the legal and the regulations. What are the legal regulations and what are the standards and what is the accounting procedure? He must be aware. That is one of the quality of an auditor. Then only he can do his work with efficiency. And also objectivity and impartiality in the decision making. So he has to be an objective about the to whom he has accountable because the shareholders generally appointing auditor and he is working under the board of directors. He must have an objective to whom he is accountable for the business transactions. He should not influence for the management. So it is one of the qualities of an auditor. And also, who will appoint and what is the appointment procedure of an auditor? So, appointment by the shareholders at the annual general meeting as per the section 139 of the Companies Act 2013. As per the Companies Act 2013, auditor must be appointed by the shareholders in annual general meeting. In simply we can call as AGM, annual general meeting. In that meeting, shareholders will appoint an auditor under the section 139 of Companies Act 2013. So his appointment made by the shareholders. And the first auditor is appointed by the board of directors within 30 days of incorporation or by the shareholders within 90 days if the board fails to do means uh, first auditor appointed by the board of directors within 30 days of incorporation when the company is going to incorporate with to the registrar in front of the registrar, they have to be appoint an auditor by the board of directors within 30 days of incorporation. Then, by the share, if they to do so, if they do not do, they can transfer or the shareholders will be joined in that. The shareholders within 90 days of the time the board shareholders can also appoint. So we are discussing about appointment procedure of auditor, appointment made by the shareholders in the annual general meeting under the section 139 of the Companies Act. Then, if first auditor appointed by the board of directors within 30 days of incorporation, or the shareholders of within 90 days. If board of directors uh, may not appoint the auditor within 30 days, the shareholders must appoint an auditor within 90 days. And also, rotation of auditors mandated for a certain companies to enhance the independence and reduce familiarity threats under section 139 subsection 2. It is also dealing with about the rotation of auditors mandate for a certain companies to enhance the independence and reduce familiarity threats. So they can be also rotate for their work places from one place to another, from the one company to another under section 139 and subsection 2. And also written consent and certificate of eligibility required from the proposed auditor before appointment. Written document, written certificate of eligibility required from the proposed auditor before appointment. He must be produced that then only he will be appointed. So in under section 139 of Companies Act 2013, auditor has been appointed by the shareholders. Then uh, first auditor appointed by the board of directors within 30 days. If the board fails to do, the shareholders must be appointed within 90 days. So, and also 139 subsection 2 deals about the rotation of auditor mandated for the certain companies to enhance the independence and reduce familiarity threats. So, this is about the appointment of auditor. And also, wa- after appointment, he will get a remuneration. After his appointment, he will get a remuneration. So generally, accountant will get salary. In the first class we discussed about accountant will get salary, and the auditor will be get remuneration, a fixed amount, a certain amount, a sum of amount he will get after his completion of his duty. So it is determined by the shareholders. So who will appoint an auditor? Most probably shareholders. So shareholders in the annual general meeting, they will also determine the remuneration of the auditor or by the board of directors of first auditor. In case first auditor is appointed by the board of directors, that remuneration is fixed by the board of directors. If auditor has been appointed by the shareholders, the remuneration uh, has been decided by the shareholders in the annual general meeting. So, what includes remuneration of an auditor? It includes audit fee, out-of-pocket expenses, and other agreed payments. What are the payments agreed by the shareholders or the board of directors? They must be give as a remuneration only. So this is about the remuneration. And also remuneration should reflect the complexity, time, and expertise required for the audit. Okay, this is about the remuneration of auditor. And also what are the rights, duties, and responsibilities and powers of an auditor. It is also uh, having an important question. It may come for the short answer question for the examination point of view. What are the rights, duties, responsibilities, and the powers of an auditor? So we will discuss about one by one. Right to us, we can just we can imagine about the auditing procedure. If an auditor is appointed, he must be go to the company it seems, or he can demand the work from his office also. So most of the cases, auditor will go to auditing just being a something. We are discussing about rights and duties, responsibilities, also powers of an auditor. So, what is the right? So, if we assume that if an auditor is going to a company to have verify his books of accounts, he must have the right to access that books or access that accounts and the vouchers at all the times. We must have either. There is no restriction about these kind of books are not disclosed to him. These kind of vouchers are not disclosed to him. Or these kind of accounts are not disclosed to him. There is no such provision at all. He has to get the right to access the books or the accounts or the vouchers at all the time. So there is no restriction to him. He has the right. So this is one of the most important right of an auditor to get access of the books, accounts, and the vouchers at all the time, and also right to obtain necessary information and explanations from the company officers. So he has the uh, right to take explanations or the necessary information. He can have the right from the company officer. It is one of the important rights. First, we discussed about right to access and the right to obtain necessary information about from the company officers. This is about the rights. And when you come to the duties, what are the duties? So duty is to express an independent and true opinion on the financial statements. Why he is appointed to examine or to give an independent audit report. He has to come with to independent audit procedure. So he has to express an independent and true opinion about the financial statement. True, he should not deviate the financial statements. He should not deviate the financial statements position, what it is showing. Is it showing good or is it showing bad? He should not deal with that. So he should, as it is transparently with the transparent procedure, he has to show whether the financial report showing the good sorry, we can say that good true fair and financial position, or if the financial statements showing that fake profits, whatever it is reflecting, he has to give his true opinion about the financial statement. So his duty is to express an independent and true opinion on the financial statement, and also his duty to detect and report fraud, material misattachments, or non-compliances, if any, with the laws. So he has to detect and report the fraud. His duty is to express an independent and true opinion, first one, and the second one is his duty to detect and report the fraud, material misattachments, and any non-compliances with the law. He's having duty about the express, and also is having duty about the detect and the report the fraud. So it is about the duties, and also and power to inspect the documents. He has a right as well as power to inspect the documents and verify each and every transaction of the books of accounts and assess the internal control. Also, he can having the power, and also he is having the responsibility to maintain confidentiality and also avoid conflicts of interest. He has the responsibility. He is a accountable person to the shareholders, board of directors, general public, and also we discussed in the beginning of the class, he is also responsible for the financial institutions. He has to give assurance about the uh, company. So he is responsible to maintain the confidentiality and void conflicts of interest. He is having that the right and the duties and the responsibilities and the powers about it. And what are the civil and criminal liabilities of an auditor? Do an auditor make mistakes? Yes, of course. Why not? He may do. He may also intentionally or unintentionally, he may insisting into that criminal cases or the any civil cases without knowing or when the verification of books of accounts. If we intentionally do any mistake and he is trying to cover that mistake, he will be threatened under the civil and criminal liabilities. And also, if we do that, and if any person is complaining on about the audit report, he might be caught by the auditing team, and also he will be liable for the civil and the criminal cases. So there is a chance about the auditor is a person. If he do not do his duty, he may pollute his duty, he will be caught under the civil and criminal liabilities. So what are the civil liabilities of a uh, auditor? Civil liabilities for the negligence and the breach of duty and also professional misconduct under the Companies Act 2013. So it is also under the 2013 Companies Act. He will be liable for the negligence or the breach of the duty or professional misconduct, if anything. And also in the same way, criminal liabilities of fraud, deliberate misrepresentation, or uh, any financial irregularities, or the any if we do any intentional frauds or the misrepresentation of the cash or misrepresentation of the goods, it should be comes under the criminal laws or the criminal liabilities. So, and also penalties includes fines, imprisonment, and the disqualification from the practices. So, for these civil and criminal laws, you might also have some penalties. What are the penalties? It is penalties include fines, imprisonment, and disqualification from the practice as per the section 447, 448, and 449 of the Companies Act 2013. So that as per the 447, 8 and means 448 and 449 of the Companies Act, it includes fines, any fine and any warning and the imprisonment and the memos and also disqualification of the from the auditing profession also they might have get with the his civil and criminal liabilities. So these are the about civil and criminal liabilities of an auditor. And what is the disqualification and removal procedure of an auditor? So this is also under the section 141 qualification as per the section. Disqualification as per the section 141 includes employment in the company, significant financial interest or close business relationship, and the removal by the special resolution of shareholders with the prior approval from the central government as per the section 141. And also resignation by auditor himself, if he resignate, do resignation requires written notice to the companies and filling with the register of companies within 30 days. So it is having some disqualification and the removal procedure first as per the section 141 and also as per the section 140. So he these reads about the disqualification of an auditor. This disqualification includes employment of the company or the significant financial interest or close of business relationship or the removal by the special resolution of the shareholders with prior approval from the central government or himself is resigning to the auditing profession uh, to the register of the companies within the 30 days. So these are the about disqualifications of the auditor. So everything uh, about these contents we have covered. So auditors having a playing crucial role for the entrusting the transparency, accountability, and reliability of the financial reporting, and they must be uphold the high ethical standards, independence, and professional competence. And understanding their rights, duties, and liabilities and representatives is crucial for the effective auditing in India. So as per the okay. Shall we have an overview about what are the contents we have discussed in this today's class? First about role of an auditor. Why auditor has been appointed for the independent examination and the verification of financial record and the detection and prevention of frauds, and also providing assurance to the stakeholders apart from all these four, and also he can give some suggestions or advising management to about the internal control. It is about the role of an auditor and the qualifications. What are the qualifications for the appointment? He must to be chartered accountant and he must to be a member of the ICAI and he must be chartered accountant for the appointment of an auditor 1948 Chartered Accountant Act, and in case of the firm, the partners have to be on the uh, verification of the practice about the auditing procedure, and he should not have any disqualification as per the section 141 of the Companies Act Rule 13. He must be an independent person and he should not be related to anyone. And also, uh, we discussed about the qualities. What are the qualities? And he must be an integrated person, honest person. He is a professional expertise and the accounting knowledge, and also he has to analytical skills and effective communication, and the knowledge about the regulations, and the knowledge about the acts which are relating to the accounting, and he has the decision making power. So everything is about the qualities of an auditor. And we discussed about the appointment procedure, and he was appointed by the shareholders in the annual general meeting under the section 139 of the Companies Act 2013. And if the first auditor is appointed by the board of directors. He within the 30 days of the incorporation they must be appointed. Otherwise, the shareholders within the 30 days they must to be appointed if the board fails to do so. And also, rotation of the auditor also mandated under the section 139 subsection 2. So it is about the appointment of the auditor, and what is we discussed about the remuneration, and it is determined by the shareholders in the annual general meeting or the board of directors. If the first auditor is appointed by the board of directors, they will decide if the power of an auditor. So he has the right to access book and he has the right to pay the necessary information, and he has the duty to express an independent and true opinion of the uh, financial statement. He is having the duty to detect fraud and the material representation or any loss is there misleading. He has to find out. It is his duty, and also he has the power to inspect the each and every document and each and every transaction and the internal control of the business. And also he has the responsibility to maintain the confidentiality about the auditing procedure, and civil and criminal liabilities also we discussed. If any he is mistake he is doing intentionally, and he must be caught by the board of the auditing ICAI, and also a person also can file against him for the auditing report under the section uh, Companies Act 2013. If any uh, miss penalties also under the section 447, 448, and 449, it includes about the imprisonment and the disqualification from the practice and also fine. Everything also they might be under the rule of law under the Companies Act 2013, and there is civil liabilities and the criminal liabilities as per the nature of the fraud and the disqualification or the removal of the auditing. Also, we discussed what are the disqualification under the section 141, 140. So it is saying about the is any misrepresentation or he will is doing any fraud against to the company, is doing any unfavor to the his profession, he might be disqualified under section 141. And also, and the shareholders can also remove by the special resolution with the permission of the central government under the section 140. And also auditor can also resign himself for the from the duties within the 30 days to the register of the company. So this is about the auditing uh, role of an auditor and the qualifications of an auditor and the qualities of an auditor and appointment procedure of an auditor and what are the remuneration of the auditor and the rights and responsibilities and the civil and criminal liabilities disqualification about the auditing procedure. The tomorrow class we will discuss a new topic. Yeah.